Listen now to Star Theater. And don't forget there's more fun in store for you in just 30 minutes when affable Phil Baker quizzes contestants on Take It or Leave It. Our $64 question is, will you be listening? WABC, key station for CBS in New York, and your key to the best in radio.
The Texaco Star Theater, starring James Melton.
I will bring you music as swiftly as a dove. My song will fly. So swift my song will fly. The solid faces, the joyous notes make wing across the sky. The blue and friendly sky. And in the music of love that I am bringing, may there be an echo to fill the night with singing. Oh, let me bring you music from within my
Texaco dealers from coast to coast again welcome you to a half hour of friendly fun and music. With James Melton, Anna Mary Dickey, David Brookman and the orchestra, the Lynn Murray Chorus, and our special guest this evening, Danny Kaye. And this is John Reed King reminding you that to prevent winter from getting the best of your car, get the best in care and lubrication. See your Texaco dealer at the earliest possible moment for a Texaco checkup and change over to the protection of Texaco quality lubricants. And now, James Melton.
Thank you, John, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, all of you can't see the words written across my shirt front, but it was done last Monday night down at the Metropolitan Opera opening. I managed to get a ticket. It was a very choice seat, too, right behind a large mink coat, and next to me was a man, well, he couldn't see the stage either. Now, I knew he was a musical expert because all during the first act of Lohengrin, he kept humming No Can Do. And I was so impressed with this strange fellow at my left that I invited him to visit our Texaco Star Theater tonight and give us his impression of music and singers in general. Before we parted, he wrote his name on my shirt front so that I wouldn't forget it. Can you read it, John?
It says, we buy discarded gentlemen's suits, overcoats, and...
No, just below that.
Oh, yes, the signature. The signature is Professor Daniel Kaye.
That's it, Professor Daniel Kaye. So will you just keep an eye out for him, John? Meanwhile, I'd like to start things off with a song that sounds the keynote for this evening.
It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling in love. Maybe it's more than the moon. Maybe it's more than the birds. Maybe it's more than the sign of the night in the light. Do not leave for words. Maybe it's more than the earth, shiny and silvery blue. Maybe the reason I'm feeling this way has something to do with you. It's a grand night for singing. The moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing. The stars are bright above.
Mr. Melton. Mr. Melton, that man's here.
What man's here?
The man you met at the opera, the one who autographed your shirt front.
Oh?
But I don't think he's a music critic. I think he's Danny Kaye.
Danny Kaye. Well, they're one and the same person, John. Just leave him to me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the Texaco Star Theater, we are happy to welcome one of America's most amazing clowns, a great artist and a great comedian, Mr. Danny Kaye.
Well, thank you. Direct Toronto sur terre. Sont-ils les poissons Toronto sur terre? C'est un Puccini. Oh, très bon. Très bon. Gioconde des yeux, mon Dieu. Très bon, yes. Très blue ribbon. The sponsor will like this, no?
And now, Danny, if I may call you Danny.
Oh, but of course, James. We have met before, don't you recall? It was at the classic rubber eel sweepstakes, what there is. So
No, don't you remember? Lohengrin.
Oh, I should say I do. A great horse, but I never had a decent jockey.
No, Danny. I'm speaking about last week.
What a race that was. I'll never forget it. When I heard Lohengrin was leading by 6 lengths, I bet everything I had. $50. And he fooled us all, though. He arrived home the next morning, having taken advantage of the stopover privilege at New Haven.
Just a second, Danny. Anna Mary, you saw Mr. Kaye at the Metropolitan last week, didn't you?
Oh, yes, backstage, just before the curtain went up. He was helping one of the singers to warm up, like this.
That's right, he was. And Danny was also helping a tenor like this.
No, please. No, please. Your vibrato should come from behind down here, like this. Behind the mask.
No, Danny. A little more in the mask. In the mask.
What
yes.
do you mean in the mask?
In the mask.
Let me hear how you do in the mask.
Oh,
the
That's enough.
Little more in the mask. No can do. It's the best from the diaphragm. You see, like everybody take a deep breath. Oh!
Where is your brilliance?
Up here.
No, down here.
Up here.
Down here.
Up.
Down.
Up here.
Down,
Up.
down,
No, you don't. No, wait.
down.
Up here.
But Danny, you must admit that opera is very difficult. Now, don't you really think that Lohengrin has strength, power?
Yes, I do. I think Lohengrin is strength and power. As a matter of fact, I like that aria where the baritone sang a little less essential. Eyes darken. Streaks of lightning rip the heavens. A drop of water flashes against my cheek. It looks like rain.
Well, I didn't hear anything in Lohengrin like that.
You didn't hear anything like that?
No.
Well, you see, Jimmy, I'm translating from the original, which was called Un bel di Burgundi Banda. And later on, it became the immortal but who cares about his private life as long as he wrote good music?
Well, Danny, I'm really glad to see that you really do appreciate the finer points of singing.
Oh, well, I do that, Jimmy. I really do. It's always fun to get great things because great things can always take it. And grand opera is plenty healthy, you know that. But there's one soprano I don't think you've ever met at the Metropolitan. She sings like a nightingale. Her diction is too good, and her voice... too bad.
Oh, I see. Well, I think I know what you mean, Danny. Suppose you demonstrate it for us.
Very happy to. When all the birds have gone to sleep and all the frogs are still, then you will hear the fairy pipes come out upon the hill. Come out, listen on the air. Up there, down there, fairies everywhere. Oh, hark, oh, here, can't you hear the tune? Fairy, fairy pipers underneath the silver moon. But if you doubt that this melody and question what I said. You'll never hear the melody. Ding, ding, the fairy pipers play. Come out, listen on the air. Up there and down there, the fairies everywhere. Oh, how here, can't you hear the tune? Merci. Fairy pipers underneath the silver moon. Come, man.
Say, Jim, would you mind taking over my job for just a minute? I have some business with Danny Kaye.
I'd be glad to, John Ring. John Reed, it says here. Friend.
Oh, before you start, Jim, be sure to point out that Texaco's new better-than-ever Fire Chief gasoline has flash starting power that makes motors leap to life in a hurry.
Okay. Friend.
And don't forget to mention that Texaco's new better-than-ever Fire Chief also has a new great pickup power. You see, with Fire Chief, your car warms up swiftly to full power because of Texaco's wartime research. Make that point clear, Jim.
I will. Car owners...
And, James, one more thing. Besides amazing starting power and pickup power, Texaco's new better-than-ever Fire Chief gasoline gives you great cruising power. Smooth, steady power, mile after mile, easy driving, climbing the hills, or threading through traffic.
Say, I thought, John, that you were going to talk business with Danny Kaye.
That's right. Mr. Kaye?
Mr. King?
Mr. Kaye, now that you've heard what Mr. Melton had to say about the new better-than-ever Fire Chief gasoline, how does it sound to you?
Firepower!
Pickup power! Hooray! Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kaye. And thank you, Mr. Melton. Thank you, Daddy. And friends, remember, in all 48 states, the good word is...
Fill her up, fill her up, fill her up, fill her up.
Yes, fill her up with Texaco's new better-than-ever Fire Chief gasoline.
There was no song in the repertoire of the immortal John McCormick that found greater favor with everybody than the Rose of Tralee. The pale moon was rising above the green mountain. The sun was declining beneath the blue sea. As I strayed with my love to the pure crystal fountain that lay in the If I were a microphone, I'd certainly like to be waited on by Anna Mary Dickey. And if I was shopping around for a song that fits her like a pair of Sunday shoes, well, I'd have this next number wrapped up as a gift package. Nice going, Anna Mary. What do you think, Danny?
Oh, she gets the blue ribbon, Jimmy. I wonder if Anna Mary would sing a Ballet Boogie with me.
Oh, the ballet boogie? I'm sorry, Mr. Kay. I don't think I know it.
In fact, Danny, Anna Mary doesn't know very much about the island of Bali, and I know less. By the way, you were on a USO tour over that way. Did you see anything of China, Burma, India?
Oh, yeah. Great deal. It was a great experience, Jimmy.
Java, Korea? Sumatra, too, I bet you.
Yeah, I heard him on the TEXACO program last Sunday. Very good. Isn't that silly?
Tell me, Danny, are the Balinese people, well, are they civilized?
Oh, sure they are. They don't even play bridge.
Confusing term, huh?
Uh-huh. No, it's not really confusing. They believe that the right bid on a certain hand should be bid only when such a bid is bid when a bid should be bid. Furthermore, the bidder should always bide his time and bid only when he bid. Bid is the bid that he should be bid. For example, if a player bids a bid that should not be bid when he bids it and turns out to be a bad bid, it makes the bid bad for his partner and vice versa, or does it? I don't know.
Well, I'd rather have Bali Baggy or Bally Boogie from Wonder Man, or is it, or how have you been?
Oh, yes, Bali, I'll be glad to hear.
Somewhere off the coast of Java fell a little piece of lava that grew up to be the island known as Bali. La-ho-le, la-la-la-ho-le, la-la. Every native girl of Salta, like the farmer's daughter, oughta, and for dancing they are simply off their trotting. La-ho-le, la-la-la-ho-le. But there hasn't been a new step since Methuselah did the two-step on the isolated island. They were way off beat. From jive, they were closeted till a storm deposited on their beach. To jive and Jack from Lower Basin Street. He went up and got a lookin', and he said, hey, hey, what's cookin'? This here joint is jumpin', but with melancholy. So he took their native movements, added in the groove improvements. Now they're really on the trolley down in Bali. They made him king of the hold-on thing and gave him for his queen the Balinese equivalent of Olivia de Havilland. Now away down south in the South Pacific, boogie! May the great, for here's the #1 song on the Bali hit parade. Pataka boing boing yak pataka zoo blues. Pataka boing boing yak pataka reed beat. Pataka boing boing yak pataka live jive a haka Chattanooga Bali boogie. Waka song song a waka slick lick a waka song song a waka hip step a waka song song a waka slick dick a haka Chattanooga Bali boogie. Now if you can't dig the chatter with the greatest of beats, it really doesn't matter. Here's the cancellation pays the yaka pataka boing boing a waka song song means shoot the pinky to the stinky. Pataka boing boing slick lick pataka boing boing hip step pataka boing boing live jive a haka to Chattanooga Bali boogie.
Now, thank you, Danny. We're certainly indebted to you for coming up here tonight.
Well, Jimmy, you can pay off that debt right now with one of your favorite songs. You sing it, Jimmy. I like it. Okay, James?
All right, Daniel.
Well, here we go.
Georgia did the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Georgia did the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Oh, Georgia did the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Georgia did the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. You may talk about the kings of Gideon, you may talk about your men of Saul, but it's none like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. You can talk about the kings of Gideon, you can talk about the men of Saul, but there ain't no one like Joshua at the battle of Jericho. At the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls come tumbling down. Right up to the walls of Jericho, he walked with his spear in his hand. He said, go and blow that lamp horn, for the bat lamp in my hand. Go blow that horn, yeah. Go blow that horn, yeah. Go blow that horn, for the bat lamp in my hand. And the lamp horn begins to blow. trumpets all begin to sound. Joshua commanded all the children to shout. Oh, Joshua commanded all the children to shout, and the wall comes tumbling down. Joshua made the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua made the battle of Jericho, and the wall comes tumbling down. And now John Reed King with a story that you should all hear.
Today, December 2nd, 1945, has been designated DAV Day for the benefit of the disabled American veterans. During this season of giving and goodwill, no American wants to forget these fellow citizens who have given so much for America. The DAV needs your support, your help in providing jobs and other assistance for America's 2.5 million wounded veterans. Put the DAV on your Christmas list. Now, James Melton, what's in the spotlight for next Sunday?
Well, before I get to that, John, I'd like to make a Christmas shopping suggestion to the list of everyone listening in tonight. If you haven't already done so, put victory bonds at the top of that list. A victory bond will look mighty good in the toe of that Christmas stocking. It'll guarantee the real meaning of Christmas this year and in all the years to come. Let's finish the job. Let's bring the boys back. We fought for peace and we prayed for peace. Let's invest in it, too. Next Sunday on the Texaco Star Theater, we'll all be on hand. Anna Mary Dickey, Len Murray, David Brookman and the orchestra, and our special guest is that First Lady of the Hammond organ on a return trip with Holiday Harmonies, Miss Ethel Smith. Until then, this is faithfully yours, James Melton, saying now good night and see you Sunday.
Danny Kaye appears each Friday night as the star of the Pabst Blue Ribbon program. Texaco dealers from coast to coast invite you to tune in next Sunday for another performance of the Texaco Star Theater and to drive in anytime. Remember, you're welcome. Mail Christmas parcels and cards earlier than ever this year. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.